Hello guys, welcome to YouTube series of data science and machine learning. So today we are going to learn about NumPy. It is a module in Python which is used to generate arrays or create arrays. Okay, so NumPy provides package to Python for extension package to Python for multi-dimensional arrays closer to hardware. It means its efficiency, its conveniency, and these all things are very good in NumPy. Okay, uh, so let's dive directly into the example. So we have to import NumPy, and we are importing it as np. Okay, so now we are writing np dot array. Dot array uh, is a function which we use to generate array or to make array, which is 0 1 2 3. And you can see this array has been printed. And array and lists are two different things. Okay, so don't get confused in those things. Array is a kind of matrix things if you know maths, but if you don't know maths also, then also be clear that an array and lists are different. Okay, so this is how we generate array. And now we have another function called dot a range. We use a range and give it any number, and it will start from 20 till that number minus 1. It will print those numbers in array. It will put those numbers in array. Okay, so these are simple methods to generate array. Now we can check the time in lists. Okay, so we are creating here a list, Python list of 1000 element. Here it's only range. Okay, no a range. Okay, a range is only for NumPy. And then we apply this function squaring for all the numbers from for 1000 numbers. Okay, so you can for I in L. Okay, you can see here. And this is the function to calculate how much time it has taken. Okay, so it takes 3.07 microsecond per loop. Okay, and now we apply the same function to a range, to np, so to numpy function. Okay, we apply same function to the numpy, and this takes only 1.35 microseconds per loop. So this is far more better. uh, these both numbers are actually not affecting this code, but for future codes which might take some hours or days to run, we NumPy is a better option to use than lists. It would be more time efficient. Okay, so this was time efficiency. Now creating arrays, we learned it's a simple kind of thing. We create NumPy np dot array by this dot array function, and then give a list in it, and then when we print a, it will give us this. And this is the kind which is array, and these are the elements in arrays. Now we check dimensions of array. There are dimensions of array too. This is one dimensional array. Okay, so it's only one dimensional. uh, we check shape. It's four. One dimensional will have four as a number. In one dimensional array, the number of elements are only the shape. Okay, so then length of a will also be 4, as there are 4 elements you can see here. Now it is the main thing, 2D and 3D arrays. How do we create a 2D and 3D array? It's quite simple. We just give similarly for 1D array we use dot array. We use here also that only, and we give this a list of two lists. Okay, we have this bracket for a list, and separate two commas, separated by comma two lists. We have two lists. Okay, in a list. So this is how we create 2D array, and we check dimensional. This is ndim. And sorry, I forgot to tell it to you that ndim is dot ndim is a function to check dimension, and dot shape is a function to check shape. Now here we check dimension, so it is two dimensional as we have created, and as it is supposed to be. Now we check shape. So shape is what it does is, this is your array. So what it will do is, when we check shape, it will tell you rows. This 2 is rows and 3 is columns. Okay, so there are two rows. You can see 0 1 2 and 3 4 5. These are two rows and there are three columns. Okay, you can see here these are three columns. The standing ones are called columns. So three columns and two rows. Sorry for my drawing, it's not that good, but you can understand. Okay, so okay, this is how shape is calculated. Now length, we it returns the uh, sorry in the, now we check the dimension. It will return the rows, number of rows only. Okay, and now three-dimensional array. It's also very simple. We just provide a big list. This one is big list. Then we have two lists. Okay, separated by a comma. And in those two lists also we have two lists separated by commas. So this is a three-dimensional array. Okay, this is how you create a three-dimensional array. You can check its dimension. It is 3, and shape is simple: rows, columns, and the heights. Okay, uh, so shape is also done of three-dimensional array. These are pretty basic stuff, and it will be used in future purposes more. So just go through this once, create a 3D dimensional array by yourself and practice. Now functions for creating array. So we study np dot a range. It will print from 0 to n minus 1. You can see here it has printed till 9 only, not 10. And now a range has some other functions also, which is what to start from, what to end at, and what this will be exclusion only. It will go to 9 only. If you want it till 10, then you have to do it 11. Okay, uh, and how much step size. Okay, so this is step size. I think I've told you this before also. What is the step size? If not, step size is how much elements it should leave and print the another element. So it is 2. Step size is 2, so it will just print it starts from 1. Now then it leaves a step size of 2 and prints 3, so it means one element will be skipped. And it means the step size of 2 means one element is left and the second element of that list will be printed. So you can do it step size of 5 or anything. Okay, np dot line space. Line space is another function which tells us what to start from, end from, and the number of points. Okay, it just tells number of points, not number of numbers. Okay, it works in point. So you can see the output. It's pretty simple: 0, 0 0.2, 0 0.6, sorry, 0 0.4, 0 0.6, 1. Oh, no, sorry, it's not number of points. Actually, it's telling it is telling actually from 0 to 1, divide these number into 6 elements. Okay, so it will equally divide these two values between these two in equally divided in 6 elements. Okay, so line space is also clear. Now dot ones means just it just requires a tuple and in which we have to specify its dimensions or its shape. And dot ones will do, what will it do is it will only provide the ones, one in the array. Okay, similarly dot zero will only provide zero in the element. A dot I and 3, it just need the dimension of array. Okay, so what it will do is, if you know maths, this is called I think I forgot its name. The diagonal elements are called something, I forget it, but no worries. What I will do is it will print all diagonal elements to 1 and other everything to 0. Okay, so you can see here diagonal elements are 1 and everything else are 0. we just use dot I and provide it a function, a dimension. Now what will it now d dot I and 3 comma 2, it's we are giving it a shape, but it will not change. The diagonal elements will still be 1 and everything else will be 0. So we are just giving shape in this. Okay, now let's clear it out and let's go down. Dot diag, what diag will do it is 1 2 3 4. Diag, as by name it is clear that the diagonal elements will be given the value that we provided. Here we have provided 1 2 3 4, and if it will be 5, the list would be like somewhat like this big if the number was still 5. So 1 2 3 4 5 has to go like this. Okay, so here we have put till 4 only. So 1 2 3 4 and rest everything is 0. And if we print diag dot a sorry dot diag and give it a parameter a, then it will print the diagonal elements. Okay, so it is pretty easy. uh, Now np dot random dot rand, so what it will do it is it will generate 4 random numbers. Okay, from 0 to 1. As we are using rand, so it will provide so you're using rand. Okay, rand, so it will provide 4 random numbers from 0 to 1. And if you use randn and 4, then it will provide any 4 random numbers. Okay, here uh, dot rand will provide from 0 to 1 any random numbers, and dot randn will provide any number. Okay, so these functions might be clear, I guess. So basic data types we can start it in next chapter, sorry, in next video. So till then, if you have any doubts, please do comment in comment section. I will be more than happy to answer your questions. And thank you.